Hi everyone, it's Coach Jasmine again, and I am coming to you today with ways that you can eliminate food spoilage. Now, most of the tips I have for you today are all about produce because what's going to go bad? Well, most likely it's going to be produce. And like America has been known to waste up to 40% of their food supply, meaning like you have 10 pounds of food and 4 of those pounds just like goes in the trash can. It's just there's so much money. So my first tip is about bananas. So the best way to keep bananas fresh is to wrap the top with plastic wrap. And you want to keep them separated from other foods. Something about like a chemical, not a chemical, like some part of the chemical composition of the banana doesn't like to be around other things. So when you put it around other things, they go bad quicker. And my last tip for bananas is that if you can't eat all the bananas and they're going brown and spotty, no big deal. Stick them in the freezer, put them in a smoothie, or my favorite, you can make what I call nice cream. I'm sure you've heard of it. You basically take bananas, frozen bananas, put them in a food processor with like whatever you'd like. I usually put peanut butter in mine. I'll put coconut in it. Sometimes I'll throw in some chia seeds. You can even throw in like some berries, have like a banana berry ice cream, like really make it your own. And if you just like churn it in the food processor, it literally turns into ice cream. And as a person who's vegan, like just want to eat ice cream all the time. So it's perfect for me. So those are my banana tips. And then I actually learned this from my dad. He's a chef, and he taught me from like a young age that there's certain foods that if you wrap them in wet paper towel, when you put them in the fridge, they stay crisper, they stay fresher longer, something about like that moisture of the wet paper towel. So the first two that come to mind are celery and herbs. So like if you get a bunch of celery or a bunch of like cilantro, just like dampen a paper towel and wrap it before you put it in the fridge. But also this kind of works for berries too. So if you wash the berries and then line the container with a paper towel and put the berries that are clean on top, they'll stay fresh for like up to a week longer, which is like worth it for me, like to go through the extra effort. But at the same time, like those berries are probably gonna be gone in like a day because I love them. So there's that to consider too. Lemons. So citrus and especially lemons work really well. Like they can hold for months if you put them in a container and cover it with cold water and make sure it's like a really tight sealed container. If you put them in the fridge, they'll last like for months. So what I like to do is I buy like a bulk bag of lemons because I'm making my own dressings. I'm making, like my own food, like everything is essentially from scratch. So that means that I go through a lot of lemons, but like, am I going to go through a whole bulk bag by the time that they're gone? Probably not. If I can put them in the fridge and like help them stay fresh longer, for a month or so, I will go through them, and I've saved money because I've bought them in bulk. Onions. So just so you know, do not put onions with potatoes. I know the grocery store likes to confuse us because they put the onions right next to the potatoes, but don't do that because that's how the potatoes sprout eyes. So don't put them together. That's not good. But you can keep like onions and garlic and shallots really fresh if you put them in a paper bag and you punch holes in it. I know it like sounds totally weird, but if you do that, they stay fresh for like a really, really long time. And my last produce tip is sauces. So pesto, is basically basil and cheese ground up together. I think. I know there's cheese in it, so I can't have it. Veggie broth. I have so many recipes where I use like almost all like it's 4 cups, in a container, and I use 3 cups. It's like, what am I going to do with this last cup? Also pizza sauce, fresh herbs with like ground up with olive oil, all those things you can put in a ice cube tray and you stick it in the freezer, and then it's safe and fresh and wonderful, and you just like pull it out when you need to use it. So it's a really great way to use like the last few bits of things if you might not use that in that week. And I do have one meat tip for you because I know like everybody here eats meat, and it's like not just me, and I'm sure you know this tip, but freeze your meat. So I know that in my family's house back home, my dad pretty much every week will get a whole chicken or half a chicken or some type of chicken, and then he'll cook it, shred it, and put it in the freezer. which is awesome because then it's cooked and you can just pull it out and keep, like, my mom pulls it out and makes buffalo chicken dip, or my dad pulls it out and we'll make, tacos or like whatever he wants to do. So I know that, like, my boyfriend, for example, he freezes the meat, but he freezes it before he cooks it. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it just saves you a lot of time if you freeze it already cooked, and then that day it's super easy for dinner. So those are my tips for no food spoilers. There's my dog making a little cameo. And I hope this helps, and I hope this helps you save money by not throwing all the things in the garbage because they've gone bad. Okay, bye guys.